How's it going, guys? Tom's on Planet Tech. Welcome back to another stream. I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys can hear me now. That should be a lot better. Sorry, I was running a bit late there. Whew. But yeah, how are you guys doing? Happy May 4th week. I get them plenty of celebrating on the channel. There'll be tons of streams, a few guests coming on at certain points as well, so that should be a lot of fun. But today we are kicking off the week of a load of streaming with the Ambush on Ferrix set. We are continuing the Andor hype. Now I bought a few of these for investment, and I thought I picked up the Luthen figure. If you know, you know. I think I've got I think I've got Cyril. I don't think I ever got the Andor, but I want another Cyril anyway, so I can make the other Scottish matey. And I just figured, like, with the Andor hype, I think I will probably this set is about fig scale and it looks pretty decent. And so I think I will probably end up using it in a mock one day. So I figured I'd build it. And yeah, continue the Andor hype. I'm gonna have to put the fan on. You'll have to let me if it's really obnoxious and you can hear it. Then just let me know and I'll turn it off. But it is rather warm. If I move it for... How in 2025 now, we haven't got like actual like quiet fans, or maybe we do and they're just hella expensive. Anyway, right. Let's get things going. Let's check in with chat. If you could like the stream, that would be much appreciated. Share it with your friends, all that good stuff. Hello, Gaz. How you doing? Brandon as well. Good to see you. Lex. Hello, Lex. I will respond to your message. I'll wait till you come back anyway because you've just dipped out. Hey, KO. How you doing? What happened there? So to alleviate and remove as many wires as possible from the actual desk, I've fed all of my cables up, like round the back, okay, and then up through the screen, or like up on the screen arm, and then to a box up the top. Members, you'll see a bit more in a video in the next couple of weeks once I've finished kind of the setup. But basically, I just wanted one single cable on the desk that plugs into my laptop that I can just take out and plug in, and I've managed to get it working. Touch wood. It's plywood, that counts, right? Touch wood. And yeah, it seems to be working. But what that means is the box for my microphone is up the top there. And because there's like a little power switch up there, I keep forgetting that I need to like press it on. It doesn't automatically just come back on. So although the mic's connected, it's not actually on. So that's what that was. So I just have to jump up on the chair and press a little button up there. Huh. Right, is this one retired? I need this one still. Yes, it is retired. However, you can pick it up for about retail. Well, even on Amazon, you can get it for like 72, and 70 was retail. So maybe on eBay, you might be able to find a deal, something like that. But yeah, I really like the look of this set. I understand that Disney probably didn't want to give Lego too much information about Andor season 1 and give them much like concept art and stuff. So whilst in the grand scheme of the show and the set potential for the first season of the show, this isn't that exciting, I think they did a really good job of what they have created. I think Luthen Speeder probably could have been sacked off though, really, and this been like a realistically it's probably going to be it would be about a £45 set. But 70 is a hell of a lot for this. I can't actually remember how much I paid for it. In the UK, it was a Selfridges exclusive. So I think it went on sale like once or twice. But I think Lego for May 4th or Black Friday did a bit of a reduction on it, or did one of those like VIP vouchers for it, if I remember correctly. Maybe that's when I picked them up. I can't quite remember. But yeah. yeah, we'll see how it is. Like I said, it looks pretty good. It looks really accurate, and it's a decent size, and the figs are good. So, and we'll talk Andor season 2. So if you haven't seen the first 3 episodes at this point, KR, I'm looking at you. What are you doing? God, the lid wasn't on that properly. Cheers, guys. I pretend I know where Caution is. New backdrop. Yeah, we're slowly... We've been rejigging the room about a bit. And we're slowly but surely getting there. I've just got one more little laptop stand to go on my desk to lift this laptop so it's like the same level with the screen. And then just another couple of lights for the backdrop. So there's not any shadow, like not too many shadows casting around back there, and then it'll just be tidying up the desk. So the laptop stand, the lights shouldn't take long at all. The tidying of the desk and this. And I do have a really cool piece of artwork to that's, I think it got shipped out this week. To sit in front of this window so you don't actually see like the windowsill ledge. It's just the radiator now, which is annoying, but if I just like go like that, then it's fine, right? Okay, let us switch the cameras over. Let's download the instructions. Hopefully they appear pretty quickly. But yeah, how's everyone been? Did you all have a lovely weekend? For those of you that I didn't see at Reading Brick Show, because we can talk about Reading Brick Show as well. My bad, thought you got when Mike went. Oh, my dad is basically a full-time Lego hunter at this point, whereas I have a full-time job. Is the fan okay, by the way, guys? Is that it's not blowing like directly down the microphone, is it? I just noticed this piece of plastic's coming across the screen. I was like, oh, is that gonna blow away? Oh, let's have it in the speeder first. Quiet weekend, not too much going on. Fair, Sam. How you doing, mate? I would say I just chilled this weekend, but not gonna lie, I think I slowly boiled. Yeah, I was ecstatic when they decided that they were gonna do the show in April instead of June. Can you remember that year that you displayed Gaz with Carrie and Ian and that and Mark, and it was just relentlessly hot. Yeah, and I thought, I'll move back to April, it'll be fine. It was well, it wasn't quite as bad, I don't think, but it was pushing it. It was getting as bad as it was then for heat. Oh, you did start watching it, but Disney Plus stopped loading my episode 3 of Series 1. I spoke to customer service about this, and they told me account was logged on too many devices. Oh dear, KO. So I have to wait until my mother finishes the series you're watching at the moment. Okay, fair enough. Still heartbroken though. What are you heartbroken about, Sam? Okay. Yes, I do know how to use a brick separator, believe it or not. Thank you, Lego. Okay. Let us get building. Yeah, the June one was a proper heat stroke weekend, for sure. Do I know? You're heartbroken. Does this have correlation to do with Saturday night? Oh yeah, it does. Oh, it does. I was gonna insinuate something else, but no, it does have to do with Saturday night. Unfortunately, we did not make it to the Purple Turtle. I'm not gonna name names. What I will say is I do have some very incriminating pictures and videos of this guy if he ever chooses to go to war with me. But yeah, we unfortunately didn't make it to the sacred purple turtle. Well, we did. We made it to the door, but we were 9 minutes after they had stopped letting people in, and as much begging and pleading as me and Sam did, they weren't budging. So that was a shame. Oh, I've got an itchy nose. I'm not aware of how hot it's been as I've been in bed a lot lately. Does your house just not get warm when it gets warm outside, Gayo? It is roasting in here. It's like, we were doing okay in the flat. Like, in the summer, the flat gets very hot. That's why we got the portable AC unit. My phone's going off somewhere, but I can't actually... I can hear it somewhere, but I don't actually know where. Anyway, no, I'm going to have to go grab that. 1 second. Sorry about that. Wait, another rogue promise. Oh, I'm all over the place already. What did I already rogue promise? Right, if I'm here, I'm not actually in the shot. Let's just tweak that a little bit. Is that a bit better? That's a little bit better, right? So someone not... Yeah, we didn't get to the purple turtle. Hey, Scott, how are you doing? Hello, Simon. Welcome on in. A certain funky coloured aquatic animal. Exactly. Exactly. I had a weird idea about B2 and Andor. I would love to hear it. Well, I don't know if I was ever in the camp that they were going to like merge B2 and K2. I think it's probably good for someone like B2 to not be running around with Cassian. I think his anxiety, it would just all get too much for him. Oh, that's nice of you guys to wait for me until next time. Exactly that, Brandon. Exactly that. But yes, it was a pity we didn't make it to the purple turtle. But we had a really good time nonetheless. Yeah, it was a very good weekend. It's quite chilled. My setup was nice and easy for a change. I'm playing the church. Shockingly, the frame. Oh, the fame. I was gonna say frame. I was like, yeah, that's to do with the pictures I got. The fame of that certain individual did not help. I know. Blame the church. We will blame the church. Fill me in on the DM, Sam. Oh, not getting into purple turtle. Does that break a rogue promise? That I didn't take Sam to the purple turtle. Sam, have you done the 3D walkthrough yet? Might have to get you to do that live on stream. Get a live reaction. Hey, Carrie, how you doing? And Mike as well coming in there. How you guys doing? Good to see you. Happy May 4th week. It feels a bit weird saying that, seeing as we're still in April, but we're going with it. We can do it tomorrow night. Perfect. Perfect. So yeah, before we get into a ton of the Andor stuff, I think most of you guys are members. In fact, all of you guys are members in here. So you guys would have all seen the plan of action. But there is tons of streams this week. Looking forward to it. So obviously we're streaming tonight. Tomorrow at 11:30 we'll be kicking things off with a midnight release party for all the May 4th sets. I'm going to make a few online orders. Oh, don't fall off the back there, thank you. Because I can't now make it to the store on May 1st, which is a pity. I could potentially go in the evening, but like I don't know. I think I'm gonna carry on and just go on the Friday, because I've got Friday off work now. So I think we're gonna go Friday. Hopefully they've still got everything that I want, and all of the promos. That would suck massively. So, yeah, massively so if they didn't have them. I might ring when I finish work tomorrow. Well, Thursday, I might ring them. So if I don't end up doing the members stream, of me building my sig fig, you'll know that I've probably had to nip to the Lego store. Yes, all members. Hi Joe, how you doing? Well, I'll fill you in on what's to come anyway. But yeah, so we'll do a midnight release stream tomorrow, after the lovely Gaz has streamed. Yeah, that'll be at 11:30 for hour and a half and stuff. We'll have a few guests on to join me. And then Thursday will be the members stream. I'll be carrying on building the sig fig. Friday, I'm going to come back from the Lego store and I am going to start building some of the sets. Do I give away which ones? Yeah, I'll hold that back. I'll hold it till tomorrow. I'll talk about what I plan to buy tomorrow on the stream. This is I'm like 99% nailed in on what I'm gonna get. What do we think of the later in May promo? Can you please remind me what that was? But I do think that I quite liked it. Which was annoying because of the amount of money that I'm about to drop on this week. Oh, it's the baby space person, right? I really like it. I think I'll probably have to get one. Hopefully the threshold's not too high, and there are some Monkey Kid sets that I need to get, so. Well, that's a bit fiddly, isn't it? Right. So, you go up and over, and up and over. There we go. Up. Well, that was nice. Just ping straight out. It just keeps pinging out. What's the deal with that? Do you know what? I'm probably not going to keep the speeder built anyway for them. It's definitely not how it looks on the instructions, but we'll go with that for now. Chad, does tech not getting in count as breaking a rogue promise? It was. I did leave with plenty of time. We left Pop World because Sam was dying to go to Pop World, so we left Pop World with plenty of time. It is a less than 5-minute walk from Pop World to the Purple Turtle. We left with plenty of time. This is because this is only connected by an axle. That's quite wobbly. I thought it was like 2 o'clock that they shut entry. I wanted to stay in Pop World longer. Yeah, exactly. Nice set. Built mine a few weeks ago, and we'll be doing something a bit different with it. Good stuff. Which store? On Friday, I will be going to Southampton. Joe, how did the tower do on the way back? Yes, do let us know. Is it smart to wait for the Luke pilot brickheads or get it now? The Revenge of the Sith ones, I'm waiting for a sale. I don't think, if I remember correctly, I could be wrong here, but I don't think the Ahsoka, the Tusken Raider, or the Cody Brickheads have ever been on sale. I could be wrong. I might be wrong. So if you are holding out, if you are waiting for a deal, Scott, I don't know. If you collect them, then you'll probably know better than me. If they're gonna go on sale, then maybe wait. I do feel like Brickheads are a pretty good like top up if you're just shy of a promo. The Revenge of the Sith Brickheads are cool, but I do just kind of want the Grievous, so I'm still in two minds with what to do on those. So we'll have a see. I'm splitting my May purchases to get both promos. Oh, okay, interesting. Is there... So do you think you'll get some Star Wars stuff to get the other promo? Is that what you're saying, Simon? Interesting. Just remember that if you are... yeah, just remember that there might be double VIP points on some of the Star Wars sets that you won't get later on. So just try and mix and match it so it benefits you best. Okay, they're putting one of these 2x2 round tiles on the bottom there, so that's a bit better now. I did see Cody on sale on Lego site before. Oh really? Okay, well, I don't recall that, seeing as that it did only come out this time last year. I think I did get one last year just to get some of the promos. It survived mostly. Yeah, I'm gonna need one. I'm splitting my May purchase to get both. Oh, sorry, I just read that. Duh. We did get some more damage as I carried it into his house, but nothing as bad as me slamming it into the doorway at pack up. That was quite funny. Yeah, Sam did want to stay in Pop Pot longer. It was in touching distance, right? It was. The bouncers weren't having it, which was a shame. That was a shame. But hey ho. The fact, yeah, the multi-pack ones did. I just don't think the single Brickheads had, but maybe, yeah, all of the double packs I think have been on sale at some point. I just can't remember the single ones going on sale, but like I said, could be very likely to be wrong on that one. It has been known. It's quite a parts intensive speeder. Loads of bits on it. Yeah, Brickheads hardly ever discount. Yeah, like I said, the multi-packs definitely had or have done, but GK Chopper and Brickheads first should get me the first, not decided on the second yet. Nice. Star Destroyer on sale on Amazon again, really not looking like it will go lower. Yeah, and I think it's still only 15% So I think getting it with double VIP points and the promo is a much better buy. Because it's not on sale, so you will, yeah, so you get the promos with it. Gunship, happy with double points, shame more sets aren't on 2 times. Yeah, what is the where is that an exclusive to? Is that a Smith's exclusive, the gunship? Because the gunship is what you're gonna get with the gunship to get the to take it over the promo. Do you think, Mike? Because yeah, again, it's what 125, I think. So 125, you're getting £12.50 of VIP points. Spend another 20. Yeah, it's another £20, and you've got the promo. So hey TJ, how you doing, man? It was lovely streaming with you and Amberlaya. TJ, I need to ask you about the restream thing, because I think I don't know if you were meant to or what the case was, but it was only after, or it's only when I was speaking to Paige on the phone after the stream, she was like, oh yeah, was it meant to like stream out to your channel? And I was curious, like, did you send me a link to like co-stream it, or did you send me one? Well, you must have done, but or did you mean to just send one that I could join the chat room? Because I think it was going out as if it was going live on my channel. I just wondered if you meant to do that or not. But yeah, I didn't realize that was such an easy thing to do with Restream, which is pretty cool. Right, back to actually starting to build the ship now. Yeah, we set it up that way. Okay, cool. Awesome. Yeah, that was that's a good way to do things if you ever wanted to do a collab stream. Yeah, Carry, you get Greg to stream out London Calling to your channel, so you get some of the watch time for it as well. for all the hours you put in. And with those frequent ads, you'd be making a fortune. Hey Lauren, how we doing? Good to see you. Oh Lauren, you would have laughed. Rosie's Tower. We'll talk about that for a little bit. So we were at Reading Brick Show. For those of you that didn't know, Rosie was working, or has been working on for quite a while now, a Lord of the Rings massive Tower of Orthanc, I think it's called. Ignore me. You didn't see me just use my teeth to pull out a Technic pin. Yeah, and it was meant to be done for Bricktastic. It wasn't. Don't worry, I'm not judging on that. But he did get it done for Reading. But my gosh, is that a health and safety risk? You would sneeze next to it and the table would tremor. Yeah. It was rough. It did manage to withstand the whole weekend. He was ever so kind as to let me try a bottle flip onto the top, which I so nearly pulled off, by the way. It would have been sick. And then he managed to go the whole 2 days without any real issues. Until Joe's walking the base of it to the car, and he walks into the door frame on the way out, and the bottom of the base just completely breaks. And I get there and Rosie's just like, he's just holding this box going, there's pieces there, and just making Tommy pick it all up. Oh man, that was funny. That was a nice end to the weekend. Yeah, I think you would have found that rather funny, Lauren. The little left arm. There we go. Here comes the money. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Gaz. I want two more. A few other bits like the Republic Speeder and Dropship. Nice. Nice. The Leaning Tower of Middle Earth. I think that's such a far more accurate name. Okay. Wait, Rosie? Health and safety risk? Honestly. Was not on purpose. You say that. No, I'm not sure I believe you. But you can die in that hill if you like, Joe. Oh dear. You mean the award-winning Leaning Tower of Middle Earth? Yeah, but he did kind of rig it a bit, and I think they just felt sorry for him, or they pitied him, or they just wanted to congratulate him on it withstanding kids coming and shaking the table, and Sam snoring. Honestly, Sam snoring nearly toppled it over a couple of times. I'm mentally preparing for the insanity of May 1st at the store. Is going to be yes. Mental preparation is needed. I am starting to get a bit concerned that they're going to sell out of the promos, but because it's a Thursday, like, oh yeah, I'm a bit nervous. So I am going to ring them when I leave work on Thursday. So Sam, if you're about on Thursday, do let me know, and if we need to make an emergency trip there on Thursday instead. Otherwise I will be going on Friday, and it should all be nice and chill. I will be about. Okay, cool. So worst case, then because at that point I won't have Penelope, so I can just come down after, like, pretty much straight from work, pick you up, and we can head down there. Or if you want to get down there, might send you down there to just hoard a load of boxes in the corner until I arrive. The award was given out of pity because the guy running the event was also certain it wouldn't last the night. That is quite fair, yeah. Oh, the other funny thing was, so obviously I did Clicking Bricks with TJ and Ambalaya, and I was in the hall streaming there, and Rosie had taken the tower down into like 3 parts overnight, just in case there was any problems with it, and I was the last one in the hall, and so when I got to the pub, I was like, oh, Rosie, just to let you know, I've hidden the top part of your mock. Have fun trying to find it in the morning. He didn't find it very funny. He thought I was being deadly serious. He was fuming. He texted Tommy saying, I'm never going to another convention with him again. Because Tommy carried on, because Tommy got there quite early. He texted Tommy, was like, oh, have you found can you see the top part of the mock? And Tommy was like, no, I don't see it anywhere. Yeah, so Rosie was like, I'm never going to a convention with him again, which he's threatened a few times now. I'm waiting for him to actually act on it. What have I got to do, eh? But no, I didn't actually hide it. It was quite funny though. I think it's just because he bites so easily. It seems that I'm missing. Can anyone see a Technic-Axle? There it is. I thought that was what one piece. Never mind. Wow, Tech betrayed Rosie. I didn't betray him. I just messed with him a bit. Betraying him would have actually been hiding the mark, which I didn't do. Boys being boys. Exactly. It is fun. Like, well, it's not funny anymore, actually. I am the first to get blamed for people messing hang about. I'm the first to get blamed whenever anything goes wrong or something happens to Rosie's mark. And when I say I haven't, other than like taking some heavy footsteps next to the build, which was quite funny, and the bottle flip, which I got permission to do, I actually haven't like taken figures off his marks or like actually messed with the physical. Oh, I did put a figure on a chandelier. I did hang one of the figures from a chandelier at one point, but I've definitely not taken anything from his mark in like at least 6 or 7 conventions at this point. I don't know. But people still like to mess with his mark, each to their own, and it is funny to watch. But I still get the blame for it. So one of these days, I will just be like, oh, if I'm gonna get blamed for it anyway, I will just actually do something. I will just do something, and so if I'm gonna get the blame for it, may as well have a bit of fun with it. At this point, it's Rosie's fault for falling for it. Honestly. Honestly. The guy's so gullible, it's great. Hey, Cabbage, how you doing, man? Good to see ya. Tech, don't tease Rosie. He can bite back like a dog. Oh. I'll guard them next to the paddle. Perfect. Haha, you don't mess with anyone's mark, sheesh, I feel bad. I'm always doing that with a bottom mark. Yeah, I do like to, the Britbods ask for it as well, because they have a bunch of letter tiles, and that is fun to rearrange. That asks to be rearranged, that does. But yeah, I've officially retired from, because one of these days, so dreadful is going to happen to Rosie's mark, and I'm going to get the blame for it, but I will at least be able to hold my hands up and go, it wasn't me. I didn't even set Penelope on the, like, to go and pull the tablecloth, which I thought about doing on multiple occasions, because one, still wouldn't have been my fault, and two, he wouldn't have dared said anything to Penelope. Sounds like nothing compared to Bodgate. The best part is I get blamed afterwards, even if I've not done anything, because I'd instigate it. Yeah, poor Joe. Like, I do feel bad for him. Like, okay, Joe did make the mistake of walking into the door with the mark. It is a big base, so I will give you. It was a double door, to be fair. There was plenty of clearance, but what I will say is, Rosie, you could have carried that. You were just carrying a box and Joe's mosaic. So if it was that important, then I think you need to start taking some responsibility. And carrying your own mocks like a big boy. It's good fun in the hotel room with a grumpy topic breaks. Oh, did you mess with it this weekend? I didn't check. I didn't. No, I didn't. I was too busy taking big footsteps in and around the Leaning Tower of Orthanc. Also, the tower may very well have fallen on Penelope. Yeah, oh, mate. But that would have been a good excuse to, like, karate chop it away. because I'm just protecting my daughter at that point. Just see it falling. Penelope pulls the tablecloth. It starts to fall. I just 2-foot it away from her. Oh dear. I do think Rosie should consider public liability insurance if he takes that to another show, though, because if that falls and hits someone, they could sue. I certainly would if it. Oh my god. I'd be straight down injury lawyers for you. That said, the Boswell, one of them, has messed with some of mine before. Bang flag flowers, changing hair, fair. Hey, a little light bit of play, I think, is fair game. And I only, apart from, well, to be fair, apart from the bods, now I generally only partake if it happens in retaliation. Apart from, yeah, the renaming of the bods thing, because that is fun. There's so many letters. There's endless possibilities. Might come to Southampton just to... Oh, if I wasn't going to Southampton on Friday, I would have been tempted to go down to Southampton to the Brick Festival. I could have messed with the letters again. The effort I'm putting into making sure my tower is safe and secure. I've even bought power tools to create a wooden raised platform. Very good. Yeah, this tower that Rosie has created definitely would struggle to get the building regs passed on it. The foundation is just nowhere near satisfactory for the tower in which is on top of it. Call out Rosie if he ever tries to build his own Lego room. Do a Greg style shed. No, but the concrete base just costs too much, so I'm just gonna put it in the ground. Be fine. And it is not like we've tried to warn him as well, but trip up to Leeds Brick Festival might be worth it next week, people, because Rosie is meant to be displaying it again there, and those tables are far less sturdy than the ones that the Reading Brick Show had on offer. So I could quite easily, if you're looking for a payday, then maybe swinging by a Leeds Brick Show, Leeds Brick Festival. Rosie's going to be so jealous of what I have here. Is it a Tower of Orthanc that's just like 4 plates taller than his? That would be fantastic. Leeds next... I think it is either next weekend or the weekend after. Joe, can you... I can't quite remember. My dad did enjoy your attempted bottle flip. He did say you shouldn't have got... you should have got another go with how close... I know. It was very close. Planet Tech's coldest moments. But yeah, Reading Brick Show is always a great time. I'm forgetting the names of the rest of the family, but Mike and his family who run it are so lovely. Yeah, just the nicest people. So it's always a really, really good show to support. Just hopefully one day Reading gets a slightly bigger venue, and a venue with like AC, and so they can expand it a bit more, and it's not in a already hot leisure centre. That would just be really ideal. But other than that, it's a really good time. And again, it's not like the Brit festivals where it's tons and tons of sellers. Like all of the middle section is all builders, and then it's there's a few more builds around the outside, but then sellers around the outside. It's got like decent ratios. The prices, I have to say, there just wasn't anything that really stood out to me that I wanted. But if there was stuff there that you were looking at, the prices were really good, I have to say. The sellers, yeah, the prices were really, really fair, I have to say. Did anyone that went pick up anything? My cameras will be ready, tech, at least. Just do a just set up a Twitch account and just do one of those like POV for the day things and just leave it running, and I'll be tuned in. Oh, May 10th is Leeds. Okay, there you go. Well, my crystallized tower mock got destroyed with one Transdark Pink Technic beam snap. Oh dear. Those Transdark Pink Technic beams are really cool. Me and Sam had to cut some of those for the pod race. Lucky for Leeds, it's Brad's parents that are transporting the tower. I may go and just have race car driver playing on the phone. Do it, Simon. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Zero liability. Are you going to the show, Joe, or is he just displaying on his own? Or are you just like meeting him there or something? Oh, that wasn't meant to be one of those. Never mind. Just gonna say, out of Technic pins. Oops. I'm a race car driver. Oh, I've just put that in exactly the same way as I did last time. Nice one, Thomas. Oh, my tower is on display too. Requires a mock will be there like Reading. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Gotta get them vouchers. Boom, boom, boom. I'm a race car driver. I'm going to need to try and bring a MIDI build to Britastic if everything works out. Please do, Lauren. That would be insane. Are you thinking for next year or year after, or what's your plan? I feel like, did they have the big Harry Potter castle there this year? Or am I mistaking? I know they did it at Oxford, which seemed like a really random place to have it. But did they have it? Otherwise, I don't remember seeing too many Harry Potter mocks at Bricktastic. Oh, hang on, I've missed a light bluish grey plate here somewhere. Nice one. No, I've only seen that at Brit Festivals. Yeah. Oxford makes sense. Oxford are happy Potter, Harry Potter mad. Okay, where have I missed this 1x6 plate then? Let's be up in here. That one's on there. It's a fly that's flying around here and really getting under my skin. Oh, there's one. Oh, it's oh no, that one's in there. So it's not that one. Maybe they give me an extra. So you got the 2x, yeah. So that's already on there. And there's quite literally none others. Is there still one more step to do? Is that why I'm... There's literally one more step to do. That's why that's not... That's why that's not been used yet. Nice one, Thomas. I'd have been more sensible to have checked first. Good question. So Andor, everybody's seen it. Tech, how many collab builds are you taking part of for Bricktastic? Oh man, well you said I can't do the purple turtle KO, so I might struggle with knowing what to do now, and no lights as well. Oh, all these restrictions you've placed on me. I'm not sure yet, KO. I will have to have a little think about it over the next few months, and let you know. I can't. There's nothing other than the purple turtle dungeon. There is nothing that which to be fair didn't say that I couldn't do in the rules. Because the purple turtle is like Sam is fantasizing about it, so it is fantasy. And it is very dungeon themed. Just do the 3D walkthrough. But no, there's nothing that like immediately jumps out to me and go, oh, that's a dungeon. I'll do that. So, but I will have a think. Maybe like the Mines of Mandalore or something. Maybe that could be one that works. Allow if it's kid friendly. Okay, cool. It will be kid friendly. It would just have Sam cutting shapes on the dance floor. It'd just have Sam Sigfig in there, throwing some shapes. I won't recreate any of my stories from there. And some of the things you see in there are out of this world. That is so true, Sam. That is so true. A dungeon isn't very kid-friendly. Also a fair point. I'll make sure he's wearing a hard hat. Safety first. All of those custom condom pieces. But yes, let's talk Andor Season 2. So we got the first 3 episodes. How did everyone get on watching it? So I ended up finishing the stream. And then I set alarms on my phone. I fell asleep on the sofa. And I woke up about, I think it came out at like 2. I woke up at about 1:30. And I watched all 3 episodes, managed to stay awake for all of it, which was fantastic. I did have an ice cream, to be fair. The ice cream was much needed. I think I've still got one in the freezer as well, so that could be on the table for tonight. A little cheeky ice cream with my Andor could definitely become a bit of a tradition. But yeah, I'm super excited for tonight. There's been some very interesting topics of conversation within the community about particularly one of the scenes from episode 3. But it is just as gritty, just as well, probably even more gritty, more dark than I anticipated, especially for the first 3 episodes. And all of the cast and crew have said it only gets darker. So I love this. I love this show. Hey Dubsy, how you doing? Does Leia's cell count as a dungeon? I think that could definitely work. I heard that New Hashima is taking a break next year. That is also what I heard as well. Such a shame. I was just about to do a build for that, but oh dear. Just joking. I know Sam was thinking about doing one at some point though, so I'm a bit gutted for Sam. But Sam's bringing Morak, so it's fine. Put that on the road promises, Simon. Sam is bringing Morak. I quite literally was, yeah. They were like, "Oh, we got rumors that Sam's doing it. We maybe we'll pause. Maybe we'll pause for a while." I'll build a car for it. How about that? Don't put that in the road promises. I don't want to build a car. There we go. Good, thanks. Just got back from the Lego factory. Oh, sick, Dubsy. What were the pieces like? What were some of the notable things you got? I watched the vlog and haul from when you posted it, but yeah, what are some of the good pieces? I need to watch like a walkthrough and see how, because that must have like fairly recently opened, right? So I need to have a look at see how different the pieces are from when me and Sam went, literally on one of the last days that it was open. And then we can see about another trip over there. And dare I ask how much you spent? Dare I ask? It's okay if you don't want to divulge that information. And have any thoughts on the Sherlock Holmes set? Oh, I haven't seen that. Sherlock Holmes, not really anything of interest to me though, so I can hard pass on that one. Did we have a Sherlock Holmes gift with purchase at one point? Or am I making that up? Darth Vader wouldn't approve a Lego dungeon. So true. So true. Stars is one IP that is not allowed unless you can make it into medieval fantasy. Oh, there we go. What I will say, KO, is that if you want to attract more, like the most amount of people, and get like tons of people involved, the less restrictions that you put on people, the more appealing it is to a lot of people to join. Obviously it's your collab, you do what you think is best. I'm not for 1 minute trying to run your collab or tell you how to run things, but the more and more like stipulations that you put on things, the less appeal. Because like if people don't like, I'm not a medieval, like I'm not really into like the medieval thing, so it would only be if I could like put a quirky spin on like a Star Wars thing or something that that it would particularly interest me to build. And I think there's a lot of people in the community that would take part, that would feel much the same, not necessarily with Star Wars, but with something else. So that yeah, the more stipulations you put on people, the less people are likely to get involved. You're nearly 30, you are medieval. That's crazy, right? That deserves a timeout. That is crazy. That is crazy. Unbelievable comment that. We're not standing for that. Let that be warned. Is there another bag through here, or am I just going blind? Oh, that doesn't look anything like that colour. Tech, it doesn't make sense that they're Castle Knights in one room and Stormtroopers in the next room. That's fine, but like I said, there's a lot of people that don't have a lot of medieval figures, so if they can't put like a fun spin on it, and you want the collabs to be as accessible as possible. That's why I think the Soapbox-tastic one was so good, is because you didn't have to go and spend a ton of, you could use all of your own, well, you just needed the base of that set that was from a really cheap set. You didn't have to have loads of pieces. You didn't even have to go and buy like specific figures or anything. You could just use exactly what you want in your collection. And some of those medieval figures are pretty pricey as well. So you will limit your the amount of people that want to get involved. But like I said, that's completely down to you. Very good. It's only been open a couple of weeks. I got most of the parts I wanted. Good stuff. I got the annual membership, which got me 20% off the factory and 25% off a Lego set. Very nice. Picked up the sail barge and dropped 925 euros before the discount in the factory. Good stuff. That's the way to do it. There I are. Maybe this is a question for. Never mind. I'll drop you a DM. I've got a follow-up question to that. But I'll send you a message if I remember. I just did also get some Lego sets from a retailer at cost price, so that was also. Oh, dude, you did very well. Oh, remind me to come with you next time, Dubsy. I see tech is taking aging well. Crazy. Hey, yeah. It's, to be fair, the last 6 weeks, it's started to concern me a bit. I'll be honest. I've been looking for anti-wrinkle creams. I'm getting petrified because I'm out in the sun at the moment. I'm not going to look as youthful. Sad times. This is coming from the guy that cried on his 21st birthday because he turned 21, and I thought that was old. So that does say a lot, to be fair. I think that was partly the part being hungover as well. It's like 21. It is really all downhill from here. I can say it because I'm decently older. It doesn't have to be a castle, as Doctor Who is allowed, as any IP that involves the time travel is allowed. This is what I mean, Kay. There's so many stipulations and loopholes, and Star Wars technically has time travel with the World Between Worlds. We don't talk about the A word here. That's alright. That's why I surround myself with mainly older friends. Makes me feel youthful. Although Rosie's younger than me, Joe's younger than me, Jonty's younger than me, Bricklicker's younger than me, Sam's younger than me. I'm gonna start cutting some of them out, I think. So some of them have got to go. Need to bring the ratios back down. Oh, that's it. Greg's popped in. That's alright. I feel younger again, people. How you doing, Greg? Great to see you at the weekend, mate. What was your thoughts of Reading Brick Show from a visitor's perspective? What did you think? Give a glowing review in the chat. Star Wars was a long time. It was a long time ago, actually. Harry Potter has time travel. There you go. Lauren's in with Harry Potter. I remember saying that 29 years ago. And some, Greg. Is that rounded down? Yeah, I looked in the mirror the other day and decided I need airbrushing. Oh dear. I remember seeing Revenge of the Sith the first time around. To be fair, so do I. But so do I. I remember because we went for my friend's birthday, and on we all met at his house, and then his parents were taking us all, and the birthday boy got his finger trapped in the door of the car, and he cried the whole way to the cinema. Oh, that was pretty tragic. Great start. If only I knew what was coming, I'd be like, dude, Anakin's going to get his legs chopped off in a minute. You've got it just fine. But yeah, how you doing, Greg? This is a cool little set, overpriced, but totally underrated. Yeah, I feel like it's definitely grown on me since it's come out. But the price definitely put me off. But it's one of those ones that the figures are pretty good. I think the figures now aren't far off the value of the set. Still, Luthen's, I think, like at least 20-25 pounds, right? So that's like a big chunk of the money already. Cyril's probably like 15 in the UK. And the same again for Andor. So yeah, you're getting nearly there. That way around? That way around, yes. Ain't no way Rosie is 27. Yeah. Turns 27 on Sunday. Crazy. Ain't no way Rosie is 27. That's funny. I believe I saw it this time around in the same cinema as when it was released. Deja vu. Rosie gives off the energy of at least 30. At least 31. 31 is so kind, Lauren. So kind. Reading was good fun. Always enjoy the vibe there. Did Rosie's Leaning Lord of the Rings Tower figure fall over in the end? It didn't, Greg. It managed to withstand the the weekend. Luckily for him. But they've got another show coming up in a couple of weeks, so yeah, we'll see if it fares so well then. On, like I said, on tables that are so much more rickety. You just look at them and they wobble. Rosie 27, blimey. He must have had a harsh paper. Oh, that's too good. He must have had a harsh paper round. Oh, that's great. Poor guy. A harsh paper round is crazy. Right, why is that not going all the way in? Guys, it won't go in. Ugh. There we go. See? just sometimes those noises do help. Just saying. Gives you that extra 10% that you're looking for. Right, we are coming to the end of bag 3 now, I think. It's starting. It's a little bit smaller than I thought, but it's starting to resemble what it's meant to, which is a positive. Yeah, we still haven't really touched on Andor Season 2, so if anyone's got any talking points, anything they want to mention, what they particularly liked, disliked, then do let us know in chat. But yeah, there was me and Greg were talking about it, and me and Sam have been talking about it as well. Star Wars Theory had a few things to say on it, which was some crazy take. Like I mean, this is a guy that did, I can't remember if it was like an apology video or some sort of like video where he was kind of drumming for sympathy or whatever. And he was doing this like talking head video that was filmed on his phone, very casual, from a Lamborghini. So this is coming from a guy that is, I think, rather out of touch. to keep it polite. But yeah, his take on the whole SA thing and Bix's storyline is crazy. The Empire would never do that. Darth Vader wouldn't stand for this. Like, please. I think he's got to be rage, but like you don't get like a channel with that sort of following and be like, he surely has to have been rage baiting, right? I really liked it. The story is simmering and the payoff for the jungle fighting was worth it when you spotted where they was. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I have to say, yeah, that was a scene that that was like the story that I was the least interested in. Just because I thought those guys were like idiots. And I know they were meant to be, but like it was kind of ridiculous. But I guess they're probably there to highlight the fact that there are people that want to do the right thing and want to stand up, but without actual leadership. And I think it will go and it will make a point that characters like Luthen and like Mon Mothma are going to be needed, because there are people, yeah, that want to do good and want to do the right thing and stand to fight for the right thing, but are just incapable of doing it without any direction. So I'm sure they'll serve their purpose, and yeah, hopefully there'll be a bit more to it later on, and the payoff will be even greater. But as it stands, off the back of those first 3 episodes, you're just like, these guys are morons. Speaking of, hey, right, joking. How are you doing, Rosie? Award-winning mock builder. You can pop that in your bio on Instagram. Smartest Star Wars fan. Yeah. That's it. I do a stream to talk about the collab build rules. That would be good. I think also what's it called on Instagram? I don't know my Instagram lingo. But what's the Instagram like the stories? You can like archive stories or highlights. Doing like an Instagram highlights is good, because then you've got somewhere that you can send people way after you've done a stream, or if people get into doing it a little bit later, you can just be like, oh well, here's everything you need to know. So every time you post a story, you can post it on there as well. And then people will have like a one-stop shop of where to where to go. Those jungle bombs was the worst part of the story, but it did have a little payoff, and it just shows the rebels are out there, just not aligned with the lights. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. And I'm sure, like I said, we'll get a better, that will be paid off a lot better down the line as well. I'm hoping the next, so that was 4 BBY. So this is 3 BBY, which this next 3 episodes, which Sam, did we work that out? That's when Mon Mothma leaves. So I think this is going to be the one where maybe the Gorman massacre happens, which could be exciting. Because that was obviously talked about a lot. Was it 3 BBY she leaves, or because she leaves in season 2, right? Which is 2 years. Yeah, I think it's Mothma leaving it. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm oh man, it's gonna be so good. And yeah, I'm sure Cassian's gonna be the one to pull her out of Coruscant, we could see some great scenes. The one the one shot that they did, the one that they did at the start with Mon Mothma on Chandrila was so good. Similar. I don't know what it is. Like I think it's because I did because I did media studies at school. Like I definitely pick up on a lot more of those things now than I ever would have. Or like the one, like just more of like the production side of a show rather than like purely the story and being like engrossed in the story. I see it from a yeah, like see certain things now from a production standpoint, and things like that. Yeah, I notice a lot more, and they're really, really cool, I have to say. But we got one. Bryce Dallas Howard did one at the beginning in her episode of in one of her episodes of Book of Boba Fett, which was the Mandalorian one, right? That was really cool. But yeah, this one was equally as good. Is Andor and Rebels season 1 at the same point in time? As I remember, Mom get rescued by Hera after her leaving. That's season 2, I think. Because I think Rebels is similar, right? I think each season of Rebels is like a year jump, and there's 4 seasons of Rebels, I think. Can someone fact check that? And I think Mon Mothma leaves in season 2. That I could be wrong. I could be wrong. We did get it's definitely a deep cut, and it's one that I didn't even notice until I watched a video on it after. But we did get a character in live action for the first time. That was from Rebels. Again, in that one shot thing, Mon Mothma's aide is there. I can't. His name's now escaping me, but he is also one of the aides that is with Mon Mothma in Rebels when she leaves there. So yeah, I'm sure he'll be a part when she flees Coruscant. But yeah, the show is just like really exciting. I am loving it. I did rewatch Rogue One the other day, and that's just fantastic. Rewatching Star Wars in the cinema this weekend was fun, and I did wonder if, because I was ready after rewatching Rogue One to be like, I think Rogue One's my favorite piece of Star Wars content. And then I saw Revenge of the Sith in the cinema again, and pretty much up until the Mustafar sequence, I was like, yeah, I think Rogue One is just beating it out of me. Pause. Is just beating Revenge of the Sith out, but that sequence, the fight sequence, is just so well choreographed. And I used to watch all the behind the scenes when I was a kid on the DVD, and just seeing how much like Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor were like put in the training work for that was is crazy. So I think, yeah, I don't know what's currently standing at my favorite. I think it's still Revenge of the Sith for now. But I think Andor, I shouldn't really let Andor influence that opinion, but it will be hard for it not to, I think, because the stories are obviously so intertwined. yeah, Rogue One is fantastic. She is, yeah, she's the leader of the New Republic. I have to say, Genevieve O'Reilly is like for someone that was like cast when she was like really quite young in Revenge of the Sith for a nothing part, because most of her scenes ended up getting cut anyway. So for like and at the time like a really unknown actress, I think she had done like some theater stuff. For a really like unknown actress to then, I know she's done a lot more like series and stuff more recently, but then to be like end up having like this whole story padded out for her, and her to become like a real focal point in Star Wars, and like some of the performances she gave from last season like were just really incredible. It worked out really well. And I was watching an interview with Tony Gilroy, and he wasn't just specifically saying about Genevieve O'Reilly, but he was like, now we are fully aware how much these actors are capable of doing. We've pushed them like even further on this, because they were kind of almost like a bit not taken back, but like, yeah, they were just so impressed of like the level of performance that they gave throughout season 1, that they pushed them even further on season 2, which is great. They got so lucky casting her, yeah, like in the absolute best way. Yeah, it's crazy how that happens sometimes. And it's cool that she obviously is the voice as well throughout the cartoons. I like that continuity. I know it really doesn't matter to a lot of people, but I saw a bit of an interview this week, a small clip, and it was the guy whose name I can't remember, who voiced Darth Maul in Phantom Menace. And apparently he recorded all of the lines for the Solo movie. And he only found out that he wasn't the voice of Darth Maul in Solo, like, just after the film come out or something. He was a bit curious as to why he didn't get invited to the premiere, and then yeah, he got an email saying, yeah, you're not the voice. We've decided to go with Sam Witwer. Peter Safenowitz. Yeah, something like that. I feel Andor is to Rogue One and The New Hope what the Clone Wars cartoon is to the prequels. It just adds so much more depth to the stories. 100% Greg. That's such a fantastic way to put it. Yeah, it's gonna make Rogue One, like, you're gonna love these characters so much more, specifically Cassian, because I don't think we'll see too many more of the other Rogue One characters. We might see a bit more of Melchi, but yeah, it's just the sacrifice that they're going to end up making. I think it's going to completely change the way you watch Rogue One, which is partly why I wanted to watch it again recently. It's like the last time of watching it before the events of Andor season 2. Hey Martin, how are you doing? Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. We are just talking Andor Season 2 a little bit. Did you manage to watch it? Have you watched it yet? Please do share your thoughts and feelings. But yeah, it's generally receiving high praise from me around here. I am loving it. And I can't wait to watch another 3 episodes tonight. And lucky for me, my boss isn't at work tomorrow. So if I'm a little bit late, it's not going to be the end of the world. Come on. This is just a mirror build from the other side, so I should remember it, but I don't. Halfway through after tonight, though, that is a sad thought. That is a real sad thought, but hey, it is what it is. I would have loved to have done the originally planned 5 seasons, but I think this works. I think this works. Well, so far it's worked. There is going to feel like a significant amount of other stories that could have been told that we're like missing out on. And I'm sure we will get those stories in either books or comics and stuff. And I think that will be what entices me into getting into like Star Wars audiobooks and things. Is if they start to embellish more of the Andor stories. I'm filling in other gaps. I know they have done a comic recently on like Bail Organa, Saw Gerrera, and Mon Mothma. And going into a bit more of like their relationship. So I should probably check that one out. Does Tech know what is sleep at this point? Hey, I managed to get a bit of sleep in before last time, Kay, so I should be good. I should be good. I've seen the first 3 episodes. I'm enjoying it. I find Mon Mothma's story very interesting. Yeah, she is honestly the standout for me. Mon Mothma is not a character that I ever thought I would be so enamored by. Her story is just crazy. So well written. It's amazing, like so many people, like Luthen talks about in his monologue how he has given up so much for the rebellion. And Mon Mothma is in this position of massive privilege, and she just wants to help people. But ultimately, her choices are getting made easier for her as her family seem to be kind of like pushing her away more. Yeah, it's just a really sort of unpredictable swing. Like it would be one thing to write a story like, oh yeah, she's got to choose between her family or her thing, but like her family are only making it easier for her, or like because they're so distant with her. Yeah, it's just such good writing. Why did they release 3 episodes at once? So they've basically decided, so they were going to do 5 seasons originally, and it was going to be the 5 years, like each season was going to be a year in the run up to the events of Rogue One. However, they got partway through filming season 1 and they were like, this is just like taking too long. We'll be doing this for absolutely donkey's years. Cassian will look way too old by the time we end up finished filming this. So for season 2, they decided that for the 12 episodes that they had, they would do three episodes for each, for like a small window. So I think like 3 episodes is like 3 days of with a year time jump in between, of like the most significant parts of the formation of the rebellion. And so I think part of it was because they wanted to be eligible for the Emmys, that they needed to get all of the episodes out. But also as well, I think because the episodes feel like little movies, that they decided that to be like properly enjoyed and for like the viewer's experience, you kind of need to be able to watch them back to back to back, which is like a crazy positive decision that Disney took, because there'll be people that now just wait until this is over that probably would have watched it, because like 12 weeks is a long time. That could span potentially like what, 5 monthly subscription cycles, depending on when it falls. So yeah, it's 4 or 5. So to be basically done within 4 weeks is pretty crazy. And I do have to take my hats off to Disney to do that, because as well, like, the budget for this show is quite crazy, because a lot of it's on set location, or on location filming. But yeah, definitely the right decision so far. Nemos, yeah, that song, the Chandrillan remix. Yeah, someone tweeted like, who knew Chandrilla Tech House was gonna be the music that I was wanting to hear more of from Star Wars. But 2 more movies to watch, and if it builds like Series 1, it's going to be epic. Yeah, for sure. Can we talk about the soundtrack too? Yeah, the soundtrack is so elite. The way Gilroy broke up the story and paced it instead of the Andor and K2 show they originally wrote is just so good. Completely agree. Like I said, I think for me as a fan of the show, and honestly, like, when Rebels came out, I was so uninterested. I think it was partly because of how much disdain I had for it cancelling the Clone Wars and being the Clone Wars replacement. I had no interest in watching Rebels. I had no interest in the formation of the rebellion, in like the original trilogy era. Like, I just had no care for it at all. But I think since Rogue One and since watching Rebels, like, it's honestly, I'm starting to almost enjoy it more than the Clone Wars era. Almost. But yeah, I just never thought I would be this interested in this point of time in the Star Wars timeline. I think because as well, it's like, it is so explored. There's so much content around it. I often gravitate to stuff that we don't know as much about. I guess Clone Wars isn't that anymore because of the show. I think that's more of a nostalgia thing because of my childhood. But I think Andor has got to be a lost leader, which is a fine strategy, but I doubt they're making a profit from this in the short term. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I guess probably not. It has to be really hard to quantify, like, what a success is on streaming, right? When everyone pays a different level of, I guess they would divide their total memberships by like watch hours of a particular show to work out. So I guess it's not that hard, but yeah, like some things that might be deemed a failure at first because of streaming and it's just there for people to watch might pick up significantly over time. I think Acolyte has picked up quite a bit since it's released in terms of like rewatchability or people finding it now. So it is interesting of things that I guess that might be one of the positives that comes out of streaming, is that it gives things a bit of time to breathe and grow. But I do think it's hard to push merch for shows and things like they would traditionally with Star Wars when the show itself is already behind a paywall of a subscription fee, because it's not just like showing up to the cinema to see something once. Also, as well, it's aimed at a more adult audience, so it's going to be generally harder to push more merch on it. Anyway, he says as he's building this. Oh dear. He says as he's building this Lego Star Wars set. Can link that one in there. From Andor. 5 months of subs won't really cover costs either, Rosie, which is why they're cutting back on the shows. Yeah. Hype for Saturday's Star Wars build day. Don't know how long I'll last, but build till I crash. Good stuff, Lauren. Good stuff. Yeah, Acolyte has been a big rewatch discovered show for Star Wars. Yeah, I saw the figures like fairly recently, which is interesting because again at the time it was absolutely slaughtered and torn apart. What is your decided set list for May 1st? I'm going to talk about that in the stream tomorrow, Rosie. I'll talk about all my purchases. But yes, we'll be doing a midnight release party stream. We'll have a few guests on with us. And then yeah, we'll have a little discussion about what we're all getting. But I'm like 95% locked in on what I want to get, which is good. Looking forward to Harry Potter picks next. Yep. I feel like it's had a really high marketing budget in getting it pushed everywhere. What, Andor? I think so. Hang on, what am I doing here? That is right. And that goes there, okay. I'm just glad it held together for 2 days. Barely, but it did. It's all down to pace and just creeping over into May 4th for the UK. Yep. Haven't decided if I want to stay up till midnight or just go to the store in the morning. I'm just scared the site will crash, etc. We'll see. We'll see. I can't make it to the store on day one, and so I'm a bit concerned that I'm going to miss out on stuff, but I will. So that's why I want to do some online orders. How many gift purchases are you aiming for? That, Dubsy, is a fantastic question. Yeah, a few, multiple. I don't know if Paige is watching. You know what was really inconvenient? A failed MOT yesterday. That is not what I needed at this point before May 4th. That really wound me up. Really wound me up yesterday. Crazy. Did not appreciate that from the van, have to say. Just walk and get the Lego. Can't wait. If I didn't need the van for work, honestly, Dubsy, I would. Ugh. I should have been a mechanic. Oh my days. Not necessarily because it's a amazingly paying job if you're employed, but like the money you would save if you just knew how to fix your car would be worth so much in value. Like it would save you so much money. The site will not be functional till at least 3 or 4 a.m. Go to bed. We got to jump on the hype. It wasn't so bad for the UK last year. It's got to be done. We got to hype up. We got to hype up the purchases. If I go to the store, I got to get up at like 5 a.m. to arrive about an hour before it opens. So if I stay up till midnight, that may skew those plans. But if I get what I want on the site, then I need not bother to get up early. Yeah, it's just if you're bothered about building anything for the next week or so. That's why, like, the purchases that I make online are going to be ones that I'm not in a mad rush to build, and then hopefully the ones I get from the store are ones that I want to build. I'm going for the Star Destroyer playset as one order. Will there be a second order? We'll see. Oh, interesting. Yeah, that Star Destroyer is on my radar. It is on sale currently on Amazon, which is where it's a retailer exclusive. But we were saying earlier, with the promo, it's much better value to get the double VIP points. That's 10% essentially, and then yeah, get the promo. I was convinced that they were going to reduce that set to like 100 and like reduce it by a tenner, and then it takes you under the threshold, so you'd have to buy something else. So I'm quite glad that one that they've kept at their price and just done double VIP points instead. I really want that too, Mallow. It's way easier to place on a shelf than a Venator for sure. Personally, I think this is one of the strongest waves in a long time. There are so many sets that I reckon could qualify for 4 giftable purchases. Oh, dude, easily, yeah. I think I just want the UCS Slave one and the U-Wing. It took them 2 hours to fix the Shire release in America. I'm not optimistic over here. I would send you all the luck and well wishes, Lauren. But yeah, if I remember rightly, the UK wasn't too bad last year. I was like in the queue for a little bit, but shame I won't be there for that. But you do you, boo. Who's gonna carry all his Lego if Joe doesn't go? Think about that's in the wrong place. But yeah, I think I've got everything locked in. Yeah, but that MOT is not has not been kind to me. It's like 3 promos worth. Ridiculous. Not necessarily saying that I would have got 3 more sets of promos with them. Necessarily saying that. I'm also not necessarily saying I'm getting any less than I'd planned either. Oh dear. Good times, good times. I just figure if I get everything I want now, I won't need to buy anything until like I forget with Star Wars that the next wave is quite literally in June, which is a month away. Like, ugh, just because thick and fast this time of year. Always stuff to be released, and because the promo is actually good for once. Are they strict with having to be the threshold? There's so many combinations of sets and make it 2p under. So that's where you also have to be a bit clever. If you're online, you have to be over the threshold. If you're in store and you've got like 3 or 4 things and it's like 144, 96 or 97 or whatever, then they will give it to you. They'll give you the promo. So that's why I've also been a bit careful. That's why I've also planned like online versus in-store purchases, because there's a couple of the in-store purchases I've kind of worked out so that I qualify just or technically just or something that I wouldn't qualify for if I ordered online. So it is definitely something to bear in mind and plan into your purchase. Keyrings being added to the basket, yeah. There is a little heads up tip. There is a Fennec Shand keychain for $2.99. I bet that sells out by very quickly, because people would just chuck that in their basket to get over the threshold. But also they are releasing a C-3PO keychain which has the dual molded leg. So a bit like you could do with the pilot Luke with those dual molded legs, you can do again with the new C-3PO apparently. So that might be a keychain worth picking up if you don't have that C-3PO. The stress of online purchasing is real, for sure. Good tips on the keychains, no worries. Only the best advice here from I also lost a lot of my patience with Quidco for Lego. Like, I never used to track my cashback for it, so I'm gonna try Top Cashback tomorrow because they've got a good opening offer, and I'll have a link to anyone else that might want to try it. And there's like a referral thing that we both benefit if people sign up and spend a certain amount. So I think I heard Martin, if you're still about, I think I heard in one of your streams that you use Top Cashback, right? But yeah, I just got a bit fed up with Quidco never would seem to track. And so Martin, if you've got any tips on things to do with Top Cashback, because like Quidco, you weren't meant to check out with PayPal because that wouldn't track it. Yeah, just a few other different weird quirks. Because they'll try to do anything to not pay it and keep the money themselves. Ooh, Oh, that cockpit's coming up together nicely. Okay, we are coming up to our final bag. It's a wingless gunship at the moment. Is that meant to be? Hang on. Hang on a minute. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. This is way too far forward. Let's pull that off. That should be... Oh no. Oh no. Wait, hang on. That was at the blue pins, I think. No. Don't look again. You didn't see anything. Quick never worked for me at all. Sometimes I get lucky with Monzo giving Lego Online Store 8% cashback, but that is rare. That's cool. That's really good. Hi. She's like, no. Can I have a Coke, please? Huh? I got one more bag after I finish this. So another 15, 20 minutes. 15, 20 minutes? Does that sound about right, people? Okay. Right. Is that in the right place? I've just kind of guessed just by looking at the back, but that looks to be about right. Let's that. Yeah. Ooh. Someone's popular. I've tried top cashback. It gives a few percent cashback, but I go through complete savings, a paid for cashback service, but currently has 12% on it. Okay, that's really good. That is very good. I suppose that when you're getting those sorts of prices and deals and stuff, then it's well worth going through the. It saves you going to the Lego store as well. Oh, hi, darling. Ta. Thank you. Is that gold? Gold. Little cameo there. Yeah, it eliminates having to bother going to the store as well. I like the set, but it's infuriating. It virtually never saw a sale. Yeah, I think Lego had a bit of a sale for it, and I think because it was on Selfridges exclusive, it didn't. They reduced it once, I think. And occasionally, if you're signed up to the Disney newsletters, it was on Shop Disney, so sometimes they did a 20% off there, but it was very rarely on sale. Got to go. Take care, all. Good luck with the May 1st shopping. Thank you, Dubsy. We'll be streaming. It will be quite late, so I appreciate if you can't make it tomorrow, but good luck as well. Especially considering how much you spent at the factory recently. If you are in for any of the promos. Is it too early to start asking family for Christmas presents? To get these promos. What you buying, Tech? So I think I'm like 95% certain Cabbage. What I will say, I'll hold out for the stream tomorrow. But what I will say is I'm currently not picking up the UCS Slave One. That is a set that I'm not getting. I have absolutely zero interest in buying the Death Star at the end of the year. And so there is a chance that next May 4th, if the promo is really good, or if it sees another like sale when it becomes available to other retailers later on in the year, that I pick it up. But right now, I'd rather spend like the money that you'd spend on the UCS Slave 1. You can pretty much like separate into two, like gift for purchase, to get like 2 gift for purchases, which is much more what I'd rather do at the moment. So like cost effective wise, I think that's the kind of route I'm going down. But yeah, I'll talk about it a bit more on the stream tomorrow about exactly what I'm going to be getting, what I'll be getting at the store versus what I'll be getting online, and then what I plan to build. I believe, if someone could check, I have scheduled the stream for tomorrow, so do go set your bookmarks if anyone is staying up late, wants a bit of company. There'll be me and a few friends hanging out and chatting Star Wars. We won't be doing Andor spoilers, so we won't talk about Andor. So don't stay clear just because of that. We will hold out at least until the weekend, maybe even not till this time next week to talk Andor, to give everyone the best chance of seeing it, especially with these 3-episode drops. It's it can be a lot to watch if you're not an absolute loser and want to stay up the night before or the night of to watch it all. I'm watching the Lego website crash, so I might as well join the stream. Perfect. That's what you think, yeah. Sam's just gonna come in and spoil it for everyone. Cassian dies, but then goes to the world between worlds, and Ezra pulls him out. Ezra cameo, come on. Does anyone have any predictions for tonight? Any characters we might see? Any things that might happen? Okay, so that's there. Is that one going in there? Goes in there. It's like that. I think that looks about right. I always get so confused when when it says to like pivot the Lego set. Tempted by the Star Wars sign thing. I have to say, the Marvel set put my expectation in the gutter for that Star Wars sign. So I pretty much ripped that one off, but I have to say it does look really cool. Yeah, I like it a lot more than I thought I was going to, for sure. If they have any Rebels links, would they use the live action actors or use voice clips from Rebels, do you think? That is one thing that I am intrigued by, because we have... I think it's safe to assume, and I think it's kind of been confirmed, that we're going to get a big monologue from Genevieve O'Reilly. We had quite a few in the first series from different characters, but I think we're going to get one from Mon Mothma. And I think we will... It'll be interesting to see if if there is any crossover between the Rebels episode in which she flees Coruscant, or and from the show. I don't think it will. I think it will kind of end before that scene kind of takes place. It would be really cool for the last shot to be her like stepping on the ghost, though. Like, that would be pretty sick. I would very much like that. But yeah, I think... it's tricky. It's tricky. if it's just a soundbite, maybe they would just use the voice actors and the clips from Rebels, but I don't know. But I have a feeling it'll be cheap on sale. Yeah, it seems to be going to be like readily or like available in a lot of stores. It's not like a retailer exclusive or anything. So yeah, I think you could probably hold out and get, if you're not fussed for the gift for purchase. Yeah, you could probably hold out and get a decent sale on that one. But yeah, the Marvel one definitely put my expectation for that set well and truly in the gutter. I feel like Hera would look out of place in the show. That's what I think. That's why I think not necessarily having, maybe just the like her ship docking to the Ghost, like, could be the final shot. That would be, I as a hardcore Rebels fan would love that. But I do know what you mean, Sam, because they are very anti-alien in this, I think, to really heighten up and drum up that kind of like realism and the yeah, the how like real world the Empire could be, or could potentially be, or in some cases has been in our history, and maybe even our current. But yeah, just a little nod to that bit would be good. Hey Lex, how we doing, mate? The Marvel one has already gone on like a 40% sale though, so I think the sign will do the same. Yeah, I think so. It's weird that a sign that has minifigures, albeit Marvel ones, is so much less appreciated than a Star Wars one that doesn't have minifigures. I'd have never thought it would have been that way around, ever. Very good. Lex, I don't know if you caught it. Actually, I don't think I said it in the end, but I can't find an email address anywhere for the hotel. So would you be able to ring them up and let them know that I'm trying to contact them to change the room name on, because like last time when I rang them to reduce one of the room days, it cost me an absolute fortune. It was almost cheaper for me to just leave the room. Leave the room up. So yeah, if you could do that, that would be great. Let me know, and then I can email them, or ring them up, speak to them, see what I have to do, and then I can do whatever that is to change the room over for you, if that's cool for you, dude. That would be much appreciated. I'll call them again. I tried and they honestly sucked. Lol. Just send me your order number or whatever you find. Okay, yeah, I'll forward you the confirmation email. Yeah, I spent so long on hold and that just cost me an absolute fortune. But I hope you're doing well, man. I'm gutted that I won't be there. Partaking in all of the... I had... I'm assuming you spoke to Jake, Lex, because he messaged me last week saying, wait, what's this? You're not going to be at Chicago? And then I started to get a bit of FOMO. I was like, oh no. It's the only time of year I get to see Jake. But yeah, I will send that information over either tonight or tomorrow, dude. The Chicago FOMO is going to be real, isn't it? I'll drown my sorrows in these gift purchases. Oh yeah, I texted Jake to see if he'd be there. Nice. Is Zane going this year? I should have said to Jake, is Zane going? And if he had said no, I'd just been like, well, that's why. I think he said Zane goes like alternate years, I think, but yeah, I'm sure everyone will have a great time. I am thinking of Celebration in 2027 in LA, though, Lex. So bookmark that one, yeah. We will go to the turtle that week to literally drown it. That's such a good idea, Sam. That's such a good idea. We should totally do that. Oh. We should absolutely do that. Okay, we are getting pretty close to done on this thing. The obligatory stud shooters. These tiles now, come on. What about Chicago 2026? I don't know yet. I think I'm I don't know. Part of me is like, I would like to go somewhere else in America because I don't like, it is expensive to keep going to America. So it'd be nice to visit somewhere else. Maybe do like another convention over there, but most people just go to Chicago. So unless it was like Brick Slopes or like either Atlanta or Orlando BrickCon, like I just don't think. Yeah, I don't know. Chicago is just rather expensive to, and not that this is a bad thing, but like it is an expensive few days to sit in a hotel and oh, they got a fire hose on this, that's nice. To sit in a hotel and not like really feel like you've traveled. I guess that's the perk, is that you get to meet up with people. I guess you're paying for that. Let's not look at it like that. That's but yeah, it would be nice to visit some other part of America. Potentially I could fly in for an even shorter amount of time. Like the idea of flying in for like a few days always used to like baffle me. But I think because it's direct, because you can do Heathrow to Chicago direct, I think I could be tempted to do maybe like, I see what the last flight is out Saturday night, maybe. Because the other thing is it's Father's Day on the Sunday, so I'm like, I want to spend time with Penelope, especially if I want to get a decent Lego set as a present or something. Yeah, we were in the same place for 6 days. I get that it doesn't feel like the most well-rounded trip to America. Yeah, exactly. And like on top of that, because I'm self-employed, it's not like I'm getting paid while I'm away. Anytime I take off it's unpaid, so that's a factor in it. And whilst I've always had a great time, the more and more that you're doing the same thing, the harder it gets to kind of justify if you're not like doing a new experience. But there we have it. Okay, we have the speeder,
I'm not a fan of these Lego oversized speeders, I have to say. I've seen a few custom ones that I'll probably end up building. And we have the gunship. I think I have to say it is really well done. It's obviously not got its stickers at the moment, but it is really well done. There are like next to no gaps on this thing, and there's a few funny angles on here. So yeah, I have to say they've done a really good job. The wings folding up. Can't remember if that's canon or not, but very, very cool. The doors open out on the side. And on the top there, so you get a really good access to the front here, and then the back also opens up as well. If you see the shots of this in universe with the back with its back doors open, it's very, very open, but obviously there's a lot more structure that has to go into this when it's built out of Lego compared to Star Wars physics. And then we have Cyril. Like I said, I think this is a figure that I do already own, but he's really nice. I will try to find a face print for that Scottish dude, do a Purist custom. We have Luthen, who's now not going to focus. Almost. There we go. We got Luthen. And we've got Cassian. Oh, I thought for a second I dual molded legs, but he doesn't. Not sure about the really long mullet for Cassian. Again, I think there's probably some better hair pieces out there to make him a little bit better. But 3 good figures nonetheless, 3 quite essential ones for season 1, specifically the scenes in which this takes place. Do they pick that week literally because it's cheaper to get the convention hall? Maybe. I really don't know, but it's always Father's Day weekend, so that does kind of suck. Okay, guys, that will do it for today. Like I said, tons of streaming this week. Tomorrow I'll be streaming 11:30 UK time. I've scheduled a stream already, so go set your reminders. I'll be joined by a few friends, and we will be just chatting Star Wars, planning our purchases, talking about what we're going to be buying, hopefully, and hopefully the website won't crash. And then Thursday there'll be a members stream at 6 PM. Providing that I don't end up going down to the Lego store after work. I will try and put a community post out if the plans do change. But if I don't end up streaming it, that will most likely be the reason why. And then Friday, I will be streaming. Hopefully some of the sets that I've picked up from the Lego store when I go on Friday. And then Sunday as well, I will also be streaming some of the new sets. And then it'll be back here for Andor. So yeah, enjoy Andor if you're going to be watching tonight. But until then, I will see you on the midnight release party stream. That's a mouthful. Anyway, bye guys.